Hi friends, my name is Teacher Angela and I've been a teacher with VIPKid since May of this year, 2017. I've had a lot of friends ask me questions about the company, and one of the most common questions is, how much can I make? And how often do you get paid? And do you actually get paid? And questions regarding payment. So I thought I'd make a quick video to just answer all the questions at once, get them out of the way, and hopefully paint the picture a little clearer for those interested in teaching. So if you check out their website, you'll find that they pay you per lesson. The base pay per 25-minute lesson is $7 to $9 per lesson. This is dependent on your experience and your credentials. If you are on time to every lesson, you get an extra $1 per lesson, which works out to $2 per hour, which is pretty easy to do, right? Be on time, considering you're in your own house. You don't have to drive, you don't have to deal with traffic, you don't have to deal with the line at the coffee shop. And then if you teach at least 45 classes per month, you get another $1 per class, which equals $2 per hour. 45 classes a month is so easy. I hit that in about a week, a little over a week. That's about 6 hours per week. That's not hard to do. So it's really not hard to make much more than the base that they say. And I have to say that for a lot of companies that advertise at-home work, this one usually is pretty good. VIPKid is usually pretty good about being realistic about how much you can make. So that's all great, and a lot of people say it's tacky to talk about money, but you need to know how much you're going to make if you're going to apply for a job, right? So it's tacky to talk about money unless you're applying for a job and need to know how much money that you can expect to make. So how much money can you expect to make with VIPKid? Well, let's say you work 45 classes per month, just enough to hit that extra incentive. And your base is $7.50 per class. So 45 times 7.5 is $337. Woohoo, yay! But you get an extra 45 for being on time to every class. Yay! And an extra 45 for teaching at least 45 classes. Woohoo! That's $427. Woohoo! Good job. Now, some of the classes that you will probably teach are trial students. This means that VIPKid is giving them a free lesson to try out the curriculum. You still get paid for teaching these. You get paid the exact same rate. But if this student ends up signing up after you teach them, you get an extra $5 for that class. So I get like 3 or 4 sign-ups per month, which is an extra like $20, which isn't bad, right? Hi.
I want to wear this.
Okay, let's put on your unicorn costume. But another question that a lot of prospective teachers have is, will I even get that many bookings? Seems like there's a lot of teachers. Am I just going to sit there with an open schedule? No. There are so many students. The population in China is significant, and there are a lot of children who are eager and signed up to learn English. And that's why VIPKid is pushing so hard to hire so many more teachers. So yes, there are students waiting for you. You will get booked. And it is realistic to get 45 in a month. So let me give you my personal experience to give you an idea of what to expect from an average teacher. I only started in May. I'm a pretty significant newbie, but my experience has been really positive. I'm part-time. This is just kind of a side gig for me to help pay for our expenses while my husband is in dental school, and to hopefully help pay off those loans once dental school's over. It's never going to be over though, is it? I'm pretty sure it will never end. We're going to be in dental school for the rest of our lives. I taught my very first class on May 9th. It was so exciting. And then I taught my next classes, 3 classes on the 10th. I taught a few more on the 11th and 12th, but then I went out of town for 5 days until the 17th, and I came back and taught more. So I missed an entire, more than the first week of May, and then I went out of town for 5 days, but I taught a total of 98 classes that month. Some of them were the students didn't show up. If the students don't show up, you still get paid, which is nice because you're at your house. So you can go take a shower or do some dishes or watch The Office. It's really nice. So my base allowed me to get just under $700 for those 98 classes before the incentives. So I had to cancel 3 classes in May because of a scheduling conflict. So I didn't get paid for those because I canceled them short notice. So I didn't get the incentive and I didn't get paid for those. So I got $95 worth of on-time bonus and $95 worth of finished classes because that was more than 45. I also had 3 trial students sign up, so an extra $15. So my total for the month of May, my very first month, was just shy of $950, which I was pretty happy with. I kind of signed up for VIPKid on a whim. I had heard about it from a family friend who'd been doing it for like over a year and thought this might be a good way to get in some work while my kids sleep and offset our expenses. And then I was skeptical the entire first month until I got paid. And even like when it was the pay period, I was so nervous. I was like, did I just work a month? And I mean, the students were real. They showed up. It was a real thing, but I was so nervous until I got paid. I didn't spend a dime on equipment or props. I was like, I'm not investing in this until I get paid and I know this is real. And then I kept checking my bank account and then there was the money. And I was so excited. And I went out and bought this board and a headset. I was so excited. I was like, this is real. Oh my gosh, this is not too good to be true. And the next month was even better, even though I took more vacation days. I taught 156 classes. Well, I had 156 classes booked. I had to go to a funeral and cancel several classes in June, unfortunately, because I had to go across the country for the funeral. So I ended up with only 143 worth of classes for the incentives. So with that 143 classes, I made just over $1,000 plus 143 for finishing on time, plus 143 for teaching more than 45, right? And then I had 4 trial students sign up, which was an extra $20. So my total for June was just over $1,300, which was great, right? That's a nice chunk of change. That pays most of the bills, a good portion of the bills, right? July was also a great month. We also took a vacation. You're noticing a trend here? There's a lot of flexibility in this job. So because of my vacation, I actually did not teach as many classes this month. I taught 138 classes. And when I say taught, I mean I was booked for them. Some of them were no-shows again, which I still got paid for. So with those 138 classes, I made just over $1,000. And then I got 138 for being on time, 138 for finishing at least 45. And then I had 3 friends, my cousin and 2 friends from high school, start teaching. And I got a little over $200 for them signing up, which was great. So I made even more in July. I made just over $1,500, which was like crazy for me. I was only waking up a little bit early and my days were the exact same. I went to the library and the children's museum. I have little kids. And my days were the exact same. And then I would teach a little bit at night, like an hour or 2. And then I teach a long stretch, 2 hours on Friday night, and then a 4-hour stretch on Saturday morning. And that's it. That's how much my life changed. But an extra $1,500, that is a big deal for people in our situation who are students trying not to rely on student loans so much. It's been a huge blessing for us. So August was even better. We didn't take vacations in August, and I worked and worked and worked. I taught 176 classes. Whew. I taught almost every morning and every night, just an hour or 2, and then my Saturday mornings. And I taught about $1,300 worth of classes. Got a 176 for being on time, 176 for that 45 bonus, And then I had 3 more friends sign up, so another a little over $200 for that. So my total was a little over $1,900 for the month of August. Ugh. Again, I feel like I didn't do that much different. I was up early, stayed up a little late, but I still got like 6-7 hours of sleep, and I had my days free. I still sometimes think this is too good to be true. Seriously. So the pay is good, and you do get paid. And it is not too good to be true, and it is a huge blessing for those with a very busy schedule, or who are students, or who have little kids, and maybe can't afford daycare, or want to prioritize being home with your children, but really need something flexible and consistent. This is the perfect gig for you. And I'm making these videos hoping to find those people and help them out, because I was so glad that I had all of the really awesome YouTube videos to help prepare me for my interview. I loved the Nancy Taylor videos. Shout out to her. But it wasn't just Nancy Taylor's videos. She's kind of like the VIPKid queen, right? There were so many, and it made me feel so much more comfortable and confident, because nobody knows how to do this. Everyone thinks it sounds great, but they're like, now I have to show an interviewer that I can do it, but I've never done it. So for me, seeing all the different teachers and their personalities and their tips and their tricks helped me find my own little way of teaching that made me feel confident going into the interview, that I really knew what to do. So I hope my videos help somebody in the situation I was in. I hope this paints a clearer picture of how much money you can make with how much work you do. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Sorry if you think it's tacky to talk about money and dollar amounts, but I would have loved a video like this when I was getting started. And so I hope it helps someone else. And everyone else, let's fight in the comments, because I have nothing better to do with my day. So my referral link is below if you want to sign up and want me to help you through the process. I would be happy to. Good luck and happy teaching.